Here is a chronological timeline of operating system releases in 2020 based on your list. Date, operating system release. March 24th, 2020. Viera 2.2. January 26, 2020. Linux 5.5. February 14, 2020. NetBSD 9.0. March 3rd, 2020. DragonFly BSD 5.8. March 24th, 2020. iOS 13.4. March 24th, 2020. iPadOS 13.4. March 24th, 2020. watchOS 6.2. March 24th, 2020. tvOS 13.4. March 29th, 2020. Linux 5.6. April 16th, 2020. Windows 10 version 2004. April 23rd, 2020. Ubuntu 20.04 LTS Focal Fossa. April 28th, 2020. Fedora Linux 32. May 15th, 2020. OpenVMS 9.0. May 19th, 2020. OpenBSD 6.7. May 20th, 2020. iOS 13.5. May 20th, 2020. iPadOS 13.5. May 31st, 2020. Tizen 6.0. May 31st, 2020. Linux 5.7. June 6, 2020. ArcaOS 5.5. June 9th, 2020. Haiku R1 Beta 2. June 16th, 2020. Windows 10 version 20H2. June 22nd, 2020. macOS Big Sur. June 22nd, 2020. iOS 14. June 22nd, 2020. tvOS 14. July 9th, 2020. iPadOS 14. July 15th, 2020. iOS 13.6. July 15th, 2020. iPadOS 13.6. August 1st, 2020. KaiOS 2.5.4. August 6th, 2020. Linux 5.8. August 6th, 2020. Android 11. August 7th, 2020. One UI 2.5. August 31st, 2020. ArcaOS 5.0.6. September 1st, 2020. iOS 13.7. September 1st, 2020. iPadOS 13.7. September 16th, 2020. watchOS 7. September 17th, 2020. tvOS 14.2. September 22nd, 2020. Android TV 11. October 11th, 2020. Linux 5.9. October 18th, 2020. NetBSD 9.1. October 18th, 2020. OpenBSD 6.8. October 20th, 2020. iOS 14.1. October 20th, 2020. iPadOS 14.1. October 22nd, 2020. Ubuntu 2010 Groovy Gorilla. October 23rd, 2020. FreeBSD 12.2. October 27th, 2020. Fedora Linux 33. November 5th, 2020. iOS 4.2. November 5th, 2020. iPadOS 14.2. November 5th, 2020. watchOS 7.1. November 9th, 2020. PlayStation 5 System Software. December 3rd, 2020. One UI 3.0. December 13th, 2020. Linux 5.10. December 14th, 2020. iOS 12.5. December 14th, 2020. iOS 14.3. December 14th, 2020. iPadOS 14.3. December 14th, 2020. watchOS 6.3. December 14th, 2020. watchOS 7.2. December 14th, 2020. tvOS 14.3. Highlights of 2020. Apple released major updates including iOS 14, iPadOS 14, watchOS 7, and macOS Big Sur. Microsoft released Windows 10 version 2004 and 20H2. Google released Android 11 and Android TV 11. Samsung introduced One UI 2.5 and One UI 3.0. The PlayStation 5 system software launched alongside the PS5 console in November 2020. Linux saw 6 major kernel releases during the year: 5.5, 5.6, 5.7, 5.8, 5.9, and 5.10. BSD operating systems received significant updates, including NetBSD, OpenBSD, FreeBSD, and DragonFly BSD.